Hi, Jackie Van Ruler here, and in today's video I'm going to show you some areas to work on people who have had strokes. This is a wonderful technique whether somebody's had a stroke really recently or whether it's been several years since their stroke. If somebody's had it recently, you're going to want to do this very, very frequently. And the reason for that is because we want to reestablish those nervous system connections and decrease any inflammation that is going on within their nervous system. If somebody's had a stroke way in the past, this is something that can help them to regain some of their movement or some of their balance or some of the issues that they've had because of the stroke. It probably won't reverse everything, but you should see a pretty significant improvement. One of my practitioners sent this routine to, she actually sent the full Pure Energy Facial Meditation, which is an entire body one. But she sent this to a mother whose son had recently had a stroke. She did it on him, I think, at least daily, maybe even a couple times a day. And within 2 weeks, he was back to work and able to work full time, which is pretty darn incredible. I work with a man who had 3 strokes about 7 years ago. And when I met him, he was at a point where he was having to use his mobile scooter quite a bit. He was unable to walk because of balance issues and coordination and pain and stuff like that. Over the course of a year, he's seen me pretty much weekly, if not more, and we've been able to prevent him from having to use that mobile scooter full time. He's actually bought a teardrop camper and has been doing some camping trips and solo all by himself. And so it's really cool to see that people can regain some of that movement and some of that lost movement that they've had. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by working the spinal cord, and that's going to be the top of the forehead and then all the way down the nose. If you're working with somebody who doesn't have hair, you have to just kind of guesstimate where that hairline is. You can work a much larger area if you need to. It's better to do that than to try and guess and then be wrong. So don't worry about working a larger area. So I'm going to come in here with a magic wand. You definitely want to use a magic wand for this versus another reflexology detector. And that is because of the weight of the tool, as well as the conductivity, the electrical conductivity of this tool. So coming in here, you're feeling out the area. I'm not putting any weight on the magic wand. I'm just letting the weight of the tool do the work for me. And I'm feeling for lumps, bumps, areas of tenderness, or areas that I'm not able to move very easily. So I found one here, so I'm working a little extra in there. When you find these areas, spend about 10 to 15 seconds there. I'm swallowing a lot. You can tell that whenever you swallow a lot, your body is just moving inflammation, moving lymph, and that's just a good thing. So I'm feeling in through here, moving pretty easily. Then I'm actually going to come from here, I'm going to come down the side of the hairline as well, because this is going to be getting into the arms. So this area in here is going to be the shoulders. This area in here will be the arms. And oftentimes people who have had strokes do have issues going into their arms or their legs. And I'm not feeling a lot going on in there. Of course, don't really have any issues with that. You're probably going to feel quite a bit more on somebody that you're working on who has had a stroke. So if so, then just spend more time there. And I'm feeling some stuff right in here, so I'm going to hang out there for about 5 to 10 seconds. Just loosening that up. And what you're doing with this is when you're working those areas, you're improving those nervous system connections, those electrical signals within the nervous system. You're helping them to work better, faster, and easier. And you're decreasing any stress that's in that area. So stress creates resistance. Okay, then I'm going to come down the other side here. I'm feeling something right in here, so I'm going to take a few seconds just to work that out. Feeling some stuff right in here. You're probably going to notice that one side is lumpier or bumpier than the other. Usually it's going to be on the same side that the stroke affected. However, if the stroke is something that has happened a long time ago, all right, I'm still swallowing, then it can reverse to the other side. Next thing we're going to do is work all the way down the nose, and then I'm also going to add in the areas right beside that area, and this is going to be for the legs. So I'm going to start in the center, working from the center of the hairline all the way down. This area is, for most people, is going to be fairly lumpy or bumpy because this has a lot to do with the brain and the nervous system. And most of us have a very stressed out nervous system. Right? We're exposed to stress all the time. We have childhood traumas and things like that that are just stuck within our nervous system. And we're also exposed to things like electricity and EMF and radiation and all of those things from the work that we're doing, being on computers, being on our phones, Bluetooth, all of those things. And those all affect your nervous system. So working all the way down the nose, spending some extra time in those lumpy, bumpy areas. And this is a great area for just improving blood flow in general. I love this point for that. So then just coming on the sides of the nose a little bit in here, this works the kidneys, and the kidneys nourish your whole brain and nervous system. They actually produce new stem cells that help with regenerating all kinds of tissues in your body, so make sure that you're working those points. And there. And then we're going to come up and work right beside there, and this is an area for the legs. I'm just working right in here, feeling any areas of tension, areas where there's decreased movement. Taking deep breaths as you're doing this. And remember that you're going to be doing this on somebody else, so you do not need to worry about too much pressure. Just let the magic wand's weight do the work for you. So you're not pressing in or adding any extra pressure. But when you feel those areas that are stuck, you're not able to move the tool easily, just stay there for a few seconds. You're just opening up those nervous system connections, improving the flow, allowing more circulation and oxygenation and detoxification. So important. Okay, next we're going to work the kidney spots on the forehead. So we work the kidney spots in here. Remember that the kidneys nourish the brain and the spinal cord. So put your fingers on the corners of the mouth, all the way up to the hairline, and then down like maybe a centimeter or so. You'll feel a spot that's kind of has a little divot in it. Might feel more lumpy or bumpy because remember that this does nourish the brain or spinal cord. So if there's been some stress, this area might be more inflamed. It might be red. You might see breakout there or some discoloration or things like that. Notice that that is just a sign of stress in that area. And as you work that out, you might find that those actually begin to dissipate with several treatments in a row. And then we're going to work a couple other spots. Gosh, my throat is being weird today. Clear my voice there. I'm obviously moving something out of my nervous system. So we're going to go to the right side on the lower cheek in this area, and you're going to just use your detector to work this whole area. This is going to be working the liver, the zone of the liver, and the liver is about sending energy throughout your body. When the liver is out of balance, you'll send more energy to some places and not enough to others. So we want a smooth flow of energy moving throughout the entire body. You may notice that most people have some stuff going on in that liver area. If you want, you can take your fingers and support the area to get in there a little bit more smoothly. And then we're going to work the other side, which has to do with the stomach and the spleen. So this is going to be the left side, kind of that same area in here. This is going to help with energy distribution, nutrition, and feeling more grounded. Spleen does also help to nourish the brain. It nourishes and provides nutrition for every area of your body. Okay, the next area you're going to work is underneath both sides of the eyes right in here. This is an area for circulation. So when you have a stroke, it obviously affects your circulation. And sometimes your circulation, a lot of times your circulation has been previously affected, and that's actually why you have the stroke. So we're going to come in here and work this area. This area also gives the other points that you're working extra oomph and extra energy. It's really good for anxiety as well. Okay, then work the other side. For those of you who love facial reflexology and you want to learn the technique that I do on all of my clients, I do have a new class coming up starting in January. It's going to be online, and it's called the Pure Energy Facial Meditation. This class is designed to work every single area of your body, every organ system, and do it while your client is in a meditative state. This promotes miracles that you're like crazy. You're going to see things happen in your client's pain will go away. They'll sleep better, be better mood. They're going to end up having better relationships, being more creative and focused and motivated at work. All of these things are really important because your nervous system determines all of the communication in your body. So if your body is communicating out of stress, you're going to experience more pain, disease, issues like that within your life. Whereas if your body is communicating with all of those wonderful neurotransmitters and hormones that feel good, things like serotonin and dopamine and melatonin, and your body's working in this wonderful way, things are going to be much easier for you in your life. But if you're interested in learning that, I do have some information sessions coming up, so please sign up for one of those so you can find out more. This is a wonderful new technique that you can help people with, particularly when we're living in a world where we can't really trust our medical system anymore. And if you can avoid having to deal with doctors and medications and things like that to keep yourself healthy, this is a wonderful way to do that. We're going to end up by working around the ears. The other option is just to work right in front of the ears. A lot of times people who have had strokes may have hearing aids or things like that. I know a few of the people I work with do. So then just go in front of the ear. But I'm just going to be circling around the ear if that's possible. And then because the ears are shaped like the kidneys, they have a very much the same energy. So just give those ears a little bit of a pull and a massage. And that just sends healing, loving energy to those kidneys. And the kidneys, again, nourish the brain and the spinal cord. Please, 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 please let me know how this worked. If you do this on somebody, I would love to hear the results. I think you'll be pretty darn shocked if you're doing this on a regular basis. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.